So here we are, and looking out into the sky around us, the sun now has a backdrop of gateway number 18. And for the next few weeks, we're going to be going through all the gateways in the Human Design Spleen Center. So here's the wheel. We're in that light blue section up in the top right-hand side there. We've just had a shift in the lower head trigram. We've gone into the trigram now has wind as the base of it, broken, solid. So we're in this little portion of the wheel here. We came out of the 46 and we're now into gateway number 18, the gate I call improving. And you can see all the following gateways, all in the spleen center. They're all about health, well-being, but particularly they're about our alertness to life, right? Our attunement to what's going on around us. Are things in tune with us or not? So the gate 18, we start off this round with this gate I call improving, but the traditional translation from Chinese is work on what has been spoiled by the parents. So it's all about conditioning. And out of all the 64 hexagrams in the I Ching, this is all about conditioning. What are the things we've been told that are patently not our thing, right? What's the information we've been given about life that has nothing to do with us? And so all of us, we come into this world, we come into a particular family or living situation, and we get given ground rules. We get told how life is, how it works, what is expected of us. You know, in the 410, we get births, marriages, and deaths, and that's it. And we get given a certain religion, and we get given certain practices, and we go to school, and we learn all kinds of things about everybody else, but nothing about ourselves. So the 18 is in this spot of always seeing what can be done to improve the situation. How can I get more and more towards what is really truthful to me in this lifetime? And for anyone that's got the 18 in their chart, I can absolutely guarantee there comes a moment in time when you realize everything you've ever been told is nonsense. And you've got to literally cycle back and get yourself out of that habit of agreeing with whatever it is that's been presented to you as though it was exactly how things work for you in life. Inevitably, a lot of people with the gate 18, they get into therapy, they get into meditation, they get into all kinds of ways of finding how do I get out of this situation? How do I find out what's really right for me? So the first of the life themes here is the personal life theme of service, right? And when we look at all four gateways in this particular life theme, they're all in logic circuitry. They all have to do with how do we bring about improvement? How do we make things better? What service is needed here to bring things up a notch? And so Sun in the gateway number 18, this gate I've been describing, 17, where the Earth resides, opposite, is the gateway of following. It's the gateway of opinions. It's the gateway of thought processes. One thought follows another in a logical process, kind of philosophical in a way. And then on the unconscious Sun side, we got the 52, which is the gate of mountain and stillness. So there's this calm, this place to be deliberate in recognizing how things can be improved. And on the unconscious Earth corner, the 58, the gateway of joy, and this whole sense of doing things because it brings you great joy. So life theme of service and all five gateways in logic circuitry basically points to a very foundational thing. This life theme is not personal. It's impersonal. It's about bringing about improvement for the world around you. And so people with this life theme, that is the ability they have, is to provide service. But they have to be very, very clear. It's not a quid pro quo. It's not, I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine. I'll do this for you, you do that for me. Right? It's just the whole energy of this life theme is to provide service. And of course, recompense comes in different ways, but it's not directly linked to how the service is provided. Very, very important thing for people with this life theme to understand. It's not personal. It's about bringing about improvement. It's about upgrading things through what it is that we can offer. And so this first life theme inside the spleen gateways has everything to do with how do we upgrade people's life situations, living situations. So it's a most important thing to understand that wherever you have this life theme, if you You're inclined to give service, right? That's how it is with you. And you look at people who have this life theme, Brigitte Bardot, the #1 model in her time, who totally devoted herself to improving the lives of animals. Gwyneth Paltrow, same thing. You'll just see she's here to provide, from a very particular point of view, service to whoever is available to receive it, to upgrade people's lives. Sam Adams, right? Let's have a decent beer. Let's not be done with all these watered down things. Let's have a good, strong beer. And it's just that thing of providing for the world around you and allowing the rewards to come in their own very particular way. It's not like, yes, I'm just constantly serving everybody just because. It's like, yes, there has to be a recompense in a particular way for what is provided. Then the sun moves on into the 18 with the fourth line. And the fourth line, the 18 is all about work on what has been spoiled. It's all about bringing about improvements in life. How do we upgrade things? How do we get past the sense of conditioning, fixed ways of doing things? Going along with the party line, what we've been told, this is how it is, you've got to follow the rules, etc., etc. And the fourth line is allowing things to be. It's about recognizing everything has a cause and everything has a solution. Everything has some kind of reason if you go looking for it. And you can choose to fight with things, you can bring about corrections in things, you can be very hard and fast about how things get repaired and made better, or you can just see this is the nature of life and this is how things go in life. And where my life really calls me to do this, I can bring about corrections, I make things better, I can bring about improvements. So again, the sun in the 18, the earth in the 17, this whole mental, logical strategy of how things go about. And then now the sun on the unconscious side has gone into gateway number 39, and on the unconscious earth side, the gateway number 38. So the 39 is the gateway of provocation. And provocation, basically, it's very easy for people with this particular gateway in their design to ruffle other people's feathers, to cause upset, cause disturbance for them, to unsettle them in some way or other. And the 38 is this gateway of recognizing what it is that's not fair, right? It's the gateway of opposition. And it can be very ornery in a way. It can be very, this just doesn't work for me, doesn't meet my standards in life. I'm going to do whatever it is I can to oppose it. And in a sense, the 38 and the 39 are both gateways that kind of up-level the possibilities for an individual presence. They're both individual gateways. So we've got these two logical gateways, the 18 and the 17, on the sun and the earth, and then the unconscious sun-earth have moved into provocation, right? This doesn't look right, it needs adjusting. And 38, I'm not going to go along with that until it improves or it comes up to my standard. So people with this particular life theme of correction can be very particular about how things go in the world around them. They can either be extreme in wanting things to get better or upgraded, or they can just recognize, things are like this. There are certain things that call to me deliberately, particularly, uniquely for me to bring about an upgrade or correction in one way or another. But there's already this shift out of, I'm not going to go along with the old habit, the old reactions patterns. I'm not going to go there anymore. And then we come to this life theme we call upheaval. So we got the sun in the 18, and we're now looking at the 5th and 6th lines there. The earth in the 17 with the 5th and 6th lines. And again, we got the unconscious sun in lines progressing through the 39 and the 38. People with this particular life theme, they recognize things right away that are not working properly. They can recognize conditions that have been set in place and, the reactive patterns that just go on and on and on. They recognize unfairness right away, things that can be improved dramatically. And the chances are they can very easily get involved in tilting at windmills, literally chasing after things. There's no way anything's going to improve there, like literally running into brick walls and causing chaos. And I'm not saying this is for everybody, but there can be this tendency to want to find with the impossible, to fight with the unreasonable, to constantly see if improvement can be made. Of course, by the time the 18 gets to the 6th line, we got the line called being the Buddha. If anyone ever thought the Buddha had an easy lifetime, maybe not. You know, there's years and years of trial and tribulation trying to find himself, trying to find that answer to life. So he went through all the initiations, all the difficult things, literally upheaval. He would not leave anything alone. He had to try it all until in the end he dropped it all, relaxed. And in that relaxation, everything happened to him. Everything happened. And he then had a 40-year ministry, bringing about massive change for the world and for the people around him that came in and out of his life. So upheaval, we will see upheaval has this very particular pathway, but it's just seeing, you know, does the upheaval need to disturb everybody else, or is it an upheaval that's really concerned on what's going on the inside? And when that inside is found in balance, then naturally one can put out into the world the changes, the improvements, the upgrades, the deconditioning that can take place, that can happen. On the conscious earth side, the 17 with the 6th line being the Bodhisattva, somebody that carries an incredible level of teaching and awareness. So very, very particular life theme, this one of upheaval, you know, really bringing about change in the world in a very extraordinary way. People with this particular life theme, Mahatma Gandhi, any wonder, brought about his revolt in a very, very different way, non-violent way. You know, nobody had tried that before, it seems. Sting, you know, this extraordinary musician that just taps into so many different areas of human life and human experience. You can't listen to his songs and not be moved by them. Kelly Ripa, this TV personality who literally has been on TV for years and years and just holding a very, very particular space of seeing, hey, people, we can upgrade here, we can up level here, we can make life really, really interesting. It doesn't have to be boring and dull. So those are the particular life themes going along with the Sun in Gate 18. All of these life themes, 192 life themes, are in our Book of Destinies, available in all very, very good bookstores and on Amazon too. Part of the Human Design Trilogy. We're encouraging you to get your report. That's the QR code on the left side there. Get your free report from our website. On the right side is the access to the 3 books through the trilogy that are on a special offer. There it is for this time. See what can be upgraded, what can be improved in this particular time as the Sun goes through the 18. And remember, the 18 is not personal. It's about bringing about improvement. It's about getting out of conditioning and away from things we've been told as gospel, right? Finding our own truth. That's the core of it. Bye for now.